Are you familiar with the disruptive incidents that took place at Kyoto's famous Yasaka Shrine in May? Yasaka Shrine, facing Kyoto's main street, Shijodori, is the head shrine of all Yasaka shrines across Japan. Its main hall, over 1200 years old, is designated as a national treasure, and 29 other structures within and outside the shrine grounds are designated as important cultural properties. Almost every visitor to Kyoto stops by this shrine at least once. To put it simply, the incident involved a Japanese woman who reprimanded foreign tourists for roughly handling the Hontsubosuzu, which is a large bell hung in front of the main shrine for worship. In response, she was angrily confronted by a British man residing in Japan who was serving as a tourist guide. As a result of this incident, Yasaka Shrine decided to prohibit ringing the bell from evening until the following morning. This story was also covered by British media. The title was Japanese Hospitality Wears Thin as Over-Tourism Takes a Toll. As a Japanese citizen, I must clarify, Japanese hospitality is not synonymous with Western hospitality. We call Japanese hospitality omotenashi. Many misunderstand what omotenashi truly means. Just as the Japanese word arigato is not exactly equivalent to the English thank you, omotenashi is also not directly equivalent to hospitality. I will compare omotenashi with manners, service, and hospitality at the end of this video. First, let me address the recent issues regarding tourist behavior in Japan, so please stay tuned until the end. If you don't know what the manners are in that country, you cannot respect them even if you want to. I hope this information helps you enjoy your time in Japan. Let's begin. Manners at shrines and temples. Upon passing through a torii gate or entrance, you enter a sacred area where deities reside. There has been an increase in people making noise or smoking within the ground. Refrain from smoking, eating, or littering within the grounds. Do not assume that all areas are open to photography and obey signs that prohibit taking pictures. Shrines and temples have many facilities and items used communally by visitors. Always consider the next visitor and return things to their original state after use. Recently, an incident occurred where two Chinese nationals wrote "toilet" in red spray paint on a stone pillar at the entrance of Yasukuni Shrine. Damaging cultural properties is a crime. Please make sure to calm your mind when offering prayers. Photography troubles at tourist spots. Incidents have arisen at popular tourist spots, particularly those for photographing Mount Fuji. There are major issues with people stepping onto the roadway to take photos which disrupt traffic, or entering private property without permission to take pictures. Additionally, nuisances such as smoking while waiting to take photos, littering with cigarette butts and plastic bottles, and illegal parking have become prevalent. Even though no entry signs and fences have already been set up in these areas, some people still break them to enter. This is a very serious issue which deeply troubles local residents. Smoking in areas without ashtrays. In Japan, preventing secondhand smoke exposure has been legislated. Therefore, you must follow the rules specific to each facility. Depending on the type of facility, designated smoking areas are established, and smoking is only permitted in these specified locations. Even outdoors, there are designated smoking spots. Smoking in places where it is not permitted is against the law. You can use websites that allow you to search for smoking areas, so please take advantage of them. Sitting on the sidewalk. The number of people sitting in non-rest areas such as sidewalks is increasing. Sitting in groups in particular can obstruct pedestrian traffic. At night, some people sit down to eat and drink, and others leave their trash behind. If a street is pedestrian only, it does not mean you can sit down on it. Please move to an appropriate resting area. Taking hotel or inn items. There have been frequent cases of guests taking items from hotels or inns. While it is generally acceptable to take amenities, it is a problem when guests take items that are not intended to be taken, such as yukata, which is Japanese robes, bath towels, bath mats, and ashtrays. Taking these items is considered theft. Unnotified cancellations and tardiness. The causes of unauthorized cancellations and tardiness seem to be due to difficulties understanding transportation conditions, inability to reach destination, lack of means of communication, and language barriers. However, for those providing the meals, there is a risk that all the ingredients purchased and preparations made will go to waste. While unavoidable circumstances such as illness or accidents are understandable, please schedule your plans with some margin for error. Being late can affect the next reservation as well, so please simulate emergency contact methods in advance. Not lining up properly. Some people cut in line without hesitation when boarding trains or buses or when entering theme parks. In Japan, no matter how long the line is, it is a well-established custom to wait in line for your turn, and some people even wait for hours. Despite this, there are groups of people who boldly cut in line. If you have an urgent reason, such as a rapidly approaching flight, please at least ask the people in line if it is okay for you to cut in. How to behave in a public bath. Cultural misunderstandings and unfamiliarity have led to incidents where people enter hot springs wearing swimsuits or unaware, or swim as if they were in a pool, mistakenly thinking they are similar to Western-style hot springs. For us Japanese, hot springs are places of healing, often referred to as toji, which is therapeutic bathing, so please understand this. Each hot spring facility provides multilingual flyers explaining the rules in advance, so please take a look at them beforehand. Set your mobile phone the silent mode on public transportation. Trains are enclosed spaces where people are in close proximity to each other. It is basic etiquette to set your smartphone the silent mode on public transportation. Most people do not appreciate loud ringtones or loud conversation in cramped train cars. Sound leakage from headphones or earphones can also disturb those around you, so please check in advance. Additionally, this is a common issue among Japanese people as well, but please refrain from using a smartphone while walking in crowded areas or station premises as it can be very disruptive. Finally, let me explain what omotenashi in Japan truly means. Commonly confused terms such as manners, service, and hospitality are Western concepts, whereas omotenashi is a uniquely Japanese concept. Manners involve consideration that allows people to live harmoniously in society with various forms depending on national, ethnic, cultural, and religious customs. Service implies hierarchical relationship between the receiver and the provider, where the provider fulfills the receiver's demand and is typically motivated by monetary compensation. The term hospitality originates from the Latin word hospice, which means to protect and refer to providing weary pilgrims with a place to rest and safety. Unlike service, hospitality is a voluntary act driven by kindness and compassion towards others. Omotenashi is based on an equal standing between the giver and receiver, with neither party dominating or having a superior position. It involves mutual respect and a heartfelt effort to ensure both parties have a good time together, thus creating a sense of harmony. Omotenashi exists precisely because the giver and receiver treat each other with utmost respect and consideration, maintaining an equal footing throughout the interaction. Furthermore, omote in Japanese means front or surface, and nashi means no or nothing. To say that there is no front side means that there is also no back side. Omotenashi means having a heart with no front or back. In other words, it means to welcome someone with a sincere heart without any facade. Japan's omotenashi will never fade as long as there is mutual respect and care for each other. Thank you for watching until the end.